Okay, just learned recently that someone just popped my balloon after one attempt, and I intend to make the hardest balloon search after I see what's in this gate or in this castle. But how dare they try to make it easier on themselves? I do not like this music. It does not fit Bowser's Castle. Let me change it to. Yeah, let's go over all the way to Bowser's Castle. No, Bowser's Castle 1. That fits it. Okay, but yeah. Uh, whoa, what's that? What's that little, is that stone? But yeah, the whole problem that I have with all the problems that I have with the games, like I have so many problems with the games that you don't even know how. But even with all the flaws that I have, I even have my own biases. Like I like Nintendo a lot more. I mean, I like Nintendo games, but I have a whole lot of other like types of games that I love. Like I love the Tales of series, and I was actually introduced to it through the 3DS with Tales of the Abyss. So, if anything, Nintendo, through having a port of Tales of the Abyss on the PS2, I was actually able to, find a pretty decent port. It isn't the greatest looking port, but I still revisit it because it's portable and it's just one of the best games that I've played, in my opinion. But what I'm trying to get at is that even I have my own biases. I'm not trying to say that I'm a saint in any way through the way that I try to view games. I have my own biases to games all the time. Like, I hate shooters. I'm not saying I hate shooters. I just don't see a lot of passion in shooters as much as other games. In my opinion, there might be, there's a whole lot of other shooters that I see that are pretty great, and even are just first person games in general. I realize that there's a lot of great first person games, but for the most part, I do not care for it. But if it's like a third person game, I don't really mind it. Server maintenance will start on what? Server maintenance? I don't get what's server maintenance? Wait, is that server maintenance for Super Mario Odyssey for the balloons? For Luigi's Balloon World? Okay. But yeah, what I'm trying to get at is that I have my own biases, and I'm not trying to say that through the past for the past two videos that I've said is that I have it right and all that. I'm not trying to say that at all. I may come across as that, and if I do, I apologize greatly. I tend to say things in a certain manner that get people upset, and I don't mean that. I try to change and I try to not sound that way, but I come across like that either way. I don't intend to mean any harm to other people, but I just always do either way. I'm sad that people see me as that at some certain times, even my own family, but sorry if I do upset you guys in any way. Oh, so close! So close. But, yeah, I just wish that I had a much easier time, and even my tone of voice. I think it's my tone of voice at certain times, but what I'm trying to get at, instead of trying to say, oh, I wish people understood me more, no, what I'm trying to get at is that, in the end, what I was trying to say before is that I just wish that people that wouldn't try to scrutinize games just because they have their own flaws, because games have their own flaws and people have their own flaws. And I try to get past the facts of all the flaws that people have, and I even try to fix my own flaws that I have. I mean, I know that there are certain flaws that I can't fix, but I try to fix them every dang time because I do not like it when I hear the fact that I said something rude. I know I didn't mean anything rude, and I could just be all like, but I didn't mean anything rude. I didn't mean anything rude, but so I didn't do anything wrong. But it doesn't change the fact of what still happened. That the fact that I still acted like a jerk. And that just means I need to change my behavior, and it's a learning experience every time. And I just hope that later in life, that I can just learn to just connect with people naturally and not have to feel like that I have to tiptoe around my words every time. I'm not saying I should change for people just because of the fact that they're all super sensitive or anything. I'm just saying that what I'm trying to say is that I need to change and people need to change in general. They need to change not for themselves, but to the better themselves because if anything, I could try to be like, I don't want to change. I don't want to do things that I'm not used to. And right now, I'm not entirely used to YouTube, and I'm getting used to it. I wasn't entirely used to making furniture and making walking sticks, and now I'm great at it. I think that's a whole lot of things that are similar with other people too. Is that they were afraid to try. They're afraid to try new things and keep on going forward. So am I. I want to learn how to play the piano, but I'm hesitant. I'm hesitant because I know I'll be bad at first. But I know I was bad at drawing when I was younger, but I still did it anyway because I loved it. I'm not the greatest at drawing. I'm not even great even now. Obviously, there's other people that are greater than me at drawing, but it still doesn't stop the fact that back then, because I put my passion into something else artistically, which is making walking sticks and all that. But what I'm trying to say is that people have their own ways. Yep, there goes the server. It went offline. But yeah, what I'm trying to say is that what am I trying to say? I just feel like I'm just rambling at this point. But anyway, I gotta keep talking either way because that's what I gotta do. Can't have moments of silence in any moments ever. I will have moments of like slight moments of silence for when there's something important going on and I need moments of focus. But I'm not gonna blame games. And I'm not gonna try to blame other people for my own flaws. Sometimes I do tend to do that because I'm not a perfect person. But I still try to get past them either way. I try to change and I will fumble and I will trip and fall. But I will try to every time to just get back up again and try to just see what I can do differently. Because what else can I do if I just quit right away? If I quit right away, then all my efforts for what I try to do every time will be in vain. Like every time, I feel like at times that it's too hard for me to work on walking sticks and I just quit. And I just feel like I want to quit. Like my hands are hurting. But I just push on through at the end every time because I make it a walking stick for someone and I know that they will enjoy it. I make them for them. And I know that they won't love it as much as me, but I love the process of just giving it to them. And even though there's certain sticks that I freaking hate making, I still like the process of just seeing someone so grateful. Okay, can I make it? Nope, probably should have been that dang pea shooter thing. Yes, may saved myself. I did not fall to my death. But yeah, what I'm trying to say is that I'm not trying to go on some type of moral lesson or anything. I'm just trying to say what I'm thinking of at my mind at the time because a lot of people say that I'm nice and that I'm a very nice guy and that I'm a very kind person. But I do not see myself as that. If anything, I see myself as that I still need to keep on improving. Okay. Saved myself yet again. But yeah, what I'm trying to say is that I do not see myself. I'm not trying to say that I see myself in a negative light. But I'm not trying to say that I'm the best person ever. What I'm trying to get at is, there's no birds are dead. Okay, the birds are dead. Okay, there we go. They're spawning back. Dane Joy-Con freaked out on me again. Don't have the best Joy-Cons. I got one of them early switches, so my Joy-Cons are the best. But even though I know that to them I'm a kind person, I'm not a kind person. If anything, I just try to do things in just because I feel like it. And some people may see that like, but you are being kind in a certain way, but I don't see it in that way. I just see it as just in those situations I am kind. But because I know in other ways I can improve myself. I'm not trying to say that everybody and I myself should try to sacrifice everything for myself in what my wants and needs and all that. I'm not trying to say that at all. But what I'm trying to say is that one way or another, people have to try to improve themselves because I see a lot of people that are ridiculous or that are ignorant and all that. I'm not trying to say that I'm not ignorant, but I see that even I'm ignorant at times. I'm ignorant of other people's emotions a lot of the times, even to my own family members. And I don't mean them, but it's something that I need to learn. I need to learn to read the room a little better, to be more understanding, because I can understand when I see my family members get frustrated at me. But it's not really like family members, it's more like one family member at a time, because I come off as condescending. And at certain times, I do give off a tone of voice whenever I get serious, but I just wish that I wasn't that way. I'm not trying to say that I wish I could change and change for them. I just wish that I wouldn't sound like a jerk to my own family, because they're my own family and I don't like fighting with them, because I don't get along with my family all the time, but I don't like it when I hear anything bad happening to them, because I wish them all the best happiness in the world, even though we don't get along as much as I wish we would. But gosh darn, I just walked into that. But yeah, I just wish that in a way it wasn't just so unfortunate in the way that my relationships were. I wish I got along better with my brother. Like, just with any of my brothers. I just wish I got along better with any of them. But just because I wish that doesn't mean it will happen. I have to make the effort to make things better with them. And what better way, instead of trying to change my behavior for the reasons of why they don't want to be around, or for the reasons of why they get mad at me. I'm not trying to say that I purposefully do bad things. It's the way I come about it that seems bad. And those are the main problems that I need to overcome. And I know that my mom tries to say that I didn't do anything wrong, and they just... Not my mom, it's just family members in general, that they say I don't do anything wrong. But I know what I did wrong. It's a whole lot of other family members that say, I know I didn't do anything wrong, I'm just different in a way. But I want to change to get along better with my family. Not just, oh, they just read the room wrong, or they just took you too literally. You just seem serious all the time. But I do want to change. But anyway, move on to that past subject. What I was trying to say before is that nostalgia usually gets to people a lot of the times, and to me too. But I still try to see games in light because, oh geez, I still try to see that freaking Link's Awakening. But I still love the Oracle games very much. Ages more because I played it first, and the whole Ages thing, traveling back in time, back and forth in time, is a lot more interesting to me. But I love both of them equally in my mind, but in my whole memories of nostalgia, I love freaking I love Ages more because I owned it and my brother owned Seasons. And even to his own nostalgia, and people still confuse it, that Ages and Seasons are the same game. They're both the different games. And I try to tell my brothers oh hey, I got Ages and Seasons. Who wants to play these games? And they're like, I want to play Seasons, but I want to play Ages, because I don't know why they're not interested, because they're both different games clearly. But now I come off as condescending at that part. But I'm not trying to be anything like that. It's just the fact that I'm frustrated that my own family members aren't willing to try my side of the game when they all tried Seasons. So, it's just my own opinion, but okay. Time, even though it's been a whole episode since I said I would be doing this, time to hide the most brutal of... Oh yeah, the... Oh yeah, the server's under maintenance. Oh. I can't just even hide my balloon. No. Ah. Okay. I'm just gonna say this right now. I was gonna hide it underneath like something to where underneath the bridge, like I was gonna do something like this, do that, and then hide it right there and be like, try to get that, but in a much more dangerous area that would be a lot harder to get. But it's just me. But that's all the time I have for this episode, guys. And I'll just move on to another one. And the next time, move on to like actually getting these cubes. I forgot where the cube is in this world. Maybe at the beginning of the world. But I will see you guys. Yeah, I will see you guys in the next one in another world. I will start the next video in another world. So that way I can actually feel like I'm progressing somewhere. So yeah, see you guys. Bye.